Ora si registrerà la conferenza.
Hey students, welcome to class. So today is our last lesson, and it's about time that we get started right away. So let's share my screen real quick here. Remember last time we did a reading and writing test, right? I hope it wasn't too difficult, and I'm sure that actually you found it pretty interesting and easy. So today we have to do a listening question paper. So we have to do a listening simulation exam or mock exam. And we also have to do a speaking test or a speaking simulation exam or mock exam. But before we get started with our exams, we should take a look at grammar 8, if I am correct. Remember, last lesson we also covered this unit here, unit 8, have to, should, and modal verbs can, could, might, and I give you some exercises to do. So I would like to look at those exercises before we get started with our test session. I also gave you the grammar key in our WhatsApp group, but here it is. So let's make this bigger a little bit. Exercise 1 was rewrite the sentences, use a form of have to. So it's necessary for the children to wear a uniform. So it's necessary for the children, right? It's necessary for the children to wear a uniform. The children have to wear a uniform, right? Have to. It's necessary. Have to. I can stay in bed until late tomorrow, so I don't have to get up early tomorrow, right? I can stay in bed. I don't have to get up, right? Why was it necessary for you to go to the office? Why did you have to go to the office? So it was necessary. So you had to go to the office, right? Necessity, have to. Must you leave so soon? Right? Must you leave so soon? Do you have to leave so soon? Right? They're similar. Remember the difference between have to and must, right? Have to is it's a necessity that comes from above, such as a law, a regulation. Must is something that another person tells you to do. 5, I needed to make a phone call. I have to make a phone call, right? I have to make a phone call. Yes, need, have to. It wasn't necessary for us to buy anything. We didn't have to buy anything. It wasn't necessary to buy anything. We didn't have to buy anything. Exercise number 2, write questions with have to. I have to learn a lot of words for homework. So how many words do you have to learn? Right? They have to wear school uniform. What do they have to wear is the question. What do they have to wear? The answer, they have to wear school uniform. I had to wait a long time for my train this morning. How long did you have to wait? They have to leave early tomorrow. What time do they have to leave? I'm working all day on Saturday. Do you have to work on Sunday too? I had to pay a parking fine yesterday. How much did you have to pay? Right? How much did you have to pay? She has to work late sometimes. How often does she have to work late? Okay. Number 3, Let me turn this off real quick. Okay, number 3. Find and correct any sentences that are wrong. I think you should smoke less. Do you can drive a car? No. Can you? Can you drive a car? Remember, can does not use do. Can you drive a car? Number 3. Joseph thinks it may rain later. There's nothing wrong with this sentence. You must tidy your bedroom. Okay, you must tidy your bedroom. Right? Maybe if you're a parent, you tell your children they must tidy their bedroom. Right? So you must tidy your bedroom. Cindy must go to the dentist soon. No way. Cindy must, right? Must, can, do not use an S at the third singular person, right? So Cindy must go to the dentist soon. I'm afraid we must leave now. Remember, after must, we do not use to. I'm afraid we must leave now. The dog doesn't should bury bones in the garden. No, should. The dog shouldn't, right? The dog shouldn't. The dog shouldn't bury bones in the garden. Bury, seppellire, bones, le ossa, nel giardino. The dog shouldn't bury bones in the garden. Could you lend me your mobile? Okay. She can, once again, should, must, can, do not use an S at the third singular person. So she can sing very well. I wouldn't like to be a politician, right? Wouldn't, doesn't need, don't. I wouldn't like to be a politician, okay? Exercise number 4. Complete the sentences with a modal verb from the box. Use some modals more than once, okay? So we can use some verbs more than once. Could you pass me the mayonnaise, please? Could you pass me the mayonnaise, please? Okay, right? It's courtesy, right? Could you please, education, to be polite. Could you pass me? I don't think it's a good idea for you to stay, right? I don't think. So you shouldn't stay, right? You shouldn't stay. It's my idea. I don't think. You shouldn't stay. It's possible it will be hot next week. It's possible it will be hot next week. So it's a possibility, but I mean, can we be really sure about it? So it might be hot next week. It might, remember, might is similar to may, but may is stronger than might. So it might be hot next week. Okay, I cannot be completely sure because the weather may change. So it might be hot next week. Do you have the ability to drive? The ability. Do you have the ability to drive? Can you drive? Can. Can means ability. Can you drive? Do you have the ability to drive? Do not leave luggage here. So this is this is a precise order. Do not leave luggage here. You mustn't leave luggage here. Okay. You mustn't leave luggage here. Number 6, is it okay if I use your bathroom? May I use? Remember, may for requests, right? May I go to the bathroom? May I use your bathroom? May I use your bathroom? It's very important that you stop smoking. You should stop smoking, right? This is my opinion. So you should stop smoking. It's possible I'll ask you to help me. It's possibility, may, right? I may ask you to help me. So a possibility may, remember, if we look at number 3, it's possible it will be hot next week. So it's another possibility, right? It's possible it will be hot next week, but we said it might be hot next week. So what's the difference? Why did we say might here in this case? It might be hot next week. And why do we say may? I may ask you to help me. Well, obviously, may is stronger than might. So it's possible I'll ask you to help me because it's up to me. You know, I decide. So I will make the decision. I will make the decision. I will decide if ask you for help or not. So I may, it's up to me. I may ask you for help. In this other example, it might be hot next week. It's possible, you know. I think it will be hot next week, but the possibility is not. It's not up to me. You know, I really cannot change the weather. You know, it's a guess, but the weather is uncertain, right? So might is weaker than may. May is stronger than might. Jeanette is unable to play an instrument. Jeanette can't play an instrument, right? Unable, can't. Jeanette can't play an instrument. I think it would be a good idea to apologize, right? So I think, this is my opinion, I think, so you should apologize, okay? Choose the correct option. We mustn't forget to buy some milk. She doesn't have to work so hard, but she does. Should we pay for this by credit card? Should we pay for this by credit card? I mean, should we use a credit card? We must remember to thank Lorna and Adrian for the wedding present they gave us. Okay. Footballers have to train very hard to keep fit. You mustn't smoke in the office. I don't think you should read that book. It's not very good. You have to show your passport at the airport, right? You have to show your passport at the airport. Does he have to finish the project by Friday? Does he have to finish the project by Friday? I think we should take something to the dinner party, okay? So number 8 is have to. You have to show your passport at the airport. It's not an option. It's required, right? Exercise number 6. Complete the sentences. Use must, mustn't, should or shouldn't, and a phrase from the box. Sometimes more than one answer is possible. Okay, so sometimes more than one answer is possible. Oh, I think that something happened to this little sign here. Oh, here is the problem. I think that something got moved. There you go. Have to. You have to show your passport at the airport. Okay. So you use must, mustn't, should. Okay. So it's your uncle's birthday next week. You say, I must remember to send him a card, right? I must remember to send him a card. You see your perfect job advertised in the newspaper. Your sister says you should apply for it, right? You should apply for it. You know your friend would like the new pizzeria in town. You say you should try the new pizzeria in town, right? You have a problem and ask your friend for advice. Okay, so you have a problem and you ask your friend for advice. you ask, what should I do? Right? What should I do? You are going to Australia. Your Australian friend says you should go to Sydney Harbour Bridge. Right? You're going to Australia. Your Australian friend says you should go to Sydney Harbour Bridge. You tell your friend a secret. You say you mustn't tell anyone, right? You tell your friend a secret. You say you mustn't tell anyone, okay? 7. Your friend smokes 50 cigarettes a day. You say you shouldn't smoke so much. B. 7b. Your friend goes to see a doctor about his smoking. The doctor says you must stop smoking immediately. So, do you understand the difference here? Your friend gives you his opinion, right? So, you shouldn't smoke. The doctor gives you an order. You must stop smoking immediately, okay? Number 8. Your hair is much too long. You say to yourself, I must have a haircut, right? I must have a haircut. You are expecting a must have. Huh? You are expecting dinner guests, but they are an hour late. Yeah, you're expecting dinner guests, but they are an hour late. You say to your partner, should we call their mobile? Should we call them? Should we call their mobile? Okay, so what can I say? I think that this was the last unit that we covered, and this is the last unit that we are going to cover in our course. So this is where we will end our grammar reference and practice. I hope this was enough for your A1, A2 level. I think it was challenging as well, but absolutely necessary to do. So this was the grammar part. The grammar key. Okay, I'm gonna save this later. I'll save now. Okay, so I think that we finished our grammar overview for today. So I guess that we can actually start looking at our mock exam. So remember, as I told you last time as well, you should have downloaded the mock exam folder, right, from our class material, from the link I gave you. If you open the mock exam folder, you are going to find a zip folder. Open that zip folder, and you are going to need this file right here, sample tests, listening, question paper. And this is the paper we are going to use tonight for our exam. So let's open the paper. Now, so make sure you find this file, okay? Make sure you have it. Make sure you open it on your computer, because once I get started, I won't be able to stop the audio. Okay, so please download the mock exam folder, open the sample test listening question paper. Okay, make sure you have it on your computer, because you are going to need it. Okay, you're going to need it in order to complete the exercise. This listening exam is going to take about 35 minutes. In reality, it's only going to take about 30 minutes or so. And I'm going to explain the instructions for you, but the speaker will repeat the instructions. So do not open this question paper until you are told to do so. write your name, write the censor number, candidate name number on your answer sheet. Remember, you are going to be given an answer sheet where you have to write your answers at the end of this listening exam as well. Listen to the instructions for each part of the paper carefully, answer all the questions. While you're listening, write your answers on the question paper, and then copy your answers at the end on the answer sheet, if you like so. While you are listening, write your answers on the question paper, okay? You will have 6 minutes at the end of the test to copy your answers onto the separate answer sheet. Use a pencil. Okay, these are all instructions that they will repeat during the course. Information for candidates. There are 5 parts to the test. Each question carries 1 mark. Okay, you will hear each piece twice. For each part of the test, there will be time for you to look through the questions and time for you to check your answers. Okay, so you will be given 6 minutes at the end, right, to check all your answers. Now, there are 5 parts to the test. I mean, you should wait for this, but I'm going to show you the 6 parts, right? And you should have these parts open on your computer, okay? I think that we are pretty much ready to get started here. If you have any questions, please send me a message on the WhatsApp group. And what else can we say? It's about time that we get started here. So I'm just going to do it, and I'll be following the listening with you as we work here. Okay. So make sure you have a notebook ready, as I'm going to play
Cambridge English.
Just a sec.
Key English test.
Yes, we know. Just a sec. Okay. Let me get this ready, and this all set, ready to go. So I think that we can get started here. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a couple more minutes to get ready. Okay. Remember, you have approximately 35 minutes, but in reality, you have like 20. Yeah, you have like 30 minutes. Okay, to complete the task. So students, I think I'm gonna get this test started. So good luck, and let's get started.
English. Key English test. Listening. Sample test. There are 5 parts to the test. You will hear each piece twice. We will now stop for a moment. Please ask any questions now, because you must not speak during the test. Now look at the instructions for part 1. For each question, choose the correct answer. Look at question 1. 1.
Where will Claire meet Alex?
Hi, Claire. Are you in the city centre?
Hi, Alex. Yes, I'm just having a sandwich in the cafe. How about you?
I'm at the museum, looking at a really great art exhibition. Why don't you come and meet me here?
Okay, but just for an hour. I've got to go to the hairdresser's at 2.
Now listen again.
Hi, Claire. Are you in the city centre?
Hi, Alex. Yes, I'm just having a sandwich in the cafe. How about you?
I'm at the museum, looking at a really great art exhibition. Why don't you come and meet me here?
Okay, but just for an hour. I've got to go to the hairdresser's at 2.
2.
What time should the man telephone again?
Can I speak to Fred Warner, please?
He's in a meeting now. I'll ask him to call you at 10:15 when he comes out.
I'm seeing a customer then. I can phone at 12 o'clock.
He'll be in another meeting then. Call at past before he goes for lunch.
OK.
Now listen again.
Can I speak to Fred Warner, please?
He's in a meeting now. I'll ask him to call you at 10:15 when he comes out.
I'm seeing a customer then. I can phone at 12 o'clock.
He'll be in another meeting then. Call at past before he goes for lunch.
OK.
Three.
When are they going to have the party?
Shall we have a party this month? A Friday night is best. How about July the 18th?
I have to work late that day. The 11th will be better.
We've got theatre tickets for then. Are we doing anything on the 25th?
Well, that's fine. Let's make it then. The 11th is too soon anyway.
Now listen again.
Shall we have a party this month? A Friday night is best. How about July the 18th?
I have to work late that day. The 11th will be better.
We've got theatre tickets for then. Are we doing anything on the 25th?
Well, that's fine. Let's make it then. The 11th is too soon anyway.
4.
What was the weather like on the picnic?
Did you have a good picnic yesterday? It was so sunny and hot.
Yes, but we almost didn't go because the television weatherman was talking about rain.
So, did you take umbrellas with you?
Yes, but of course we didn't use them. It's good we didn't go today. There's such a strong wind.
Now listen again.
Did you have a good picnic yesterday? It was so sunny and hot.
Yes, but we almost didn't go because the television weatherman was talking about rain.
So, did you take umbrellas with you?
Yes, but of course we didn't use them. It's good we didn't go today. There's such a strong wind.
5.
How much are the shorts?
Excuse me, are these shorts in the sale?
Yes, sir. Everything on that shelf is £5.
I'll take this shirt too.
That's £15. So, with the shorts, that will be £20.
Now listen again.
Excuse me, are these shorts in the sale?
Yes, sir. Everything on that shelf is £5.
I'll take this shirt too.
That's £15. So, with the shorts, that will be £20.
That is the end of part 1. Now look at part 2. For each question, write the correct answer in the gap. Write one word, or a number, or a date, or a time. Look at questions 6 to 10 now. You have 10 seconds.
You will hear a teacher talking to a group of students about summer jobs.
Several students from this college went to work for Sunshine Holidays last year and enjoyed it. So I'm going to give you some information about working in their summer camps this year. The camps start on the 15th of June, so you must be free from then until August the 20th. Most students then spend September travelling around and having a holiday before they come home. The camps are for children who are between 10 and 15 years old, and to work there you have to be 19, so that's okay for most of you. You don't need to be good at sports or languages, but they only want people who can drive. That's because you'll take the children out on trips by car. Each week you'll get £65, so you could save over £500 during your time there. If you're interested, you need to write a letter and send it with a photo to Sunshine Holidays. So, does anyone have any questions?
Now listen again.
Several students from this college went to work for Sunshine Holidays last year and enjoyed it. So I'm going to give you some information about working in their summer camps this year. The camps start on the 15th of June, so you must be free from then until August the 20th. Most students then spend September travelling around and having a holiday before they come home. The camps are for children who are between 10 and 15 years old, and to work there you have to be 19, so that's okay for most of you. You don't need to be good at sports or languages, but they only want people who can drive. That's because you'll take the children out on trips by car. Each week you'll get £65, so you could save over £500 during your time there. If you're interested, you need to write a letter and send it with a photo to Sunshine Holidays. So, does anyone have any questions?
That is the end of part 2. Now look at part 3. For each question, choose the correct answer. Look at questions 11 to 15 now. You have 20 seconds.
You will hear Robert talking to his friend Laura about a trip to Dublin.
Hi, Laura. Some of us are going for a weekend in Dublin this year. Are you free at the beginning of next month?
Yes, I'd love to come.
Great.
Who else is going?
I asked my cousins, but they're playing in a tennis competition. So there'll be 4 of us from my office and you.
Where are we staying?
I tried to book a guest house. It was full, but visitors can rent rooms in the university during the holidays. We'll do that. It's cheaper than a hotel.
Excellent. Are you taking your new camera?
Yes, some maps of the city too. But you'll need a coat. It often rains.
Okay.
Have you been before?
Yes. The centre's busy. The shops are always full of people. My friends and I loved all the beautiful buildings. I really enjoyed learning about their history.
Yeah?
So, Are you excited about the trip?
Yeah, but it's a pity the music festival won't be on. When I'm in Dublin, I always have lots of fish. It's fantastic. There's a new art exhibition. You might like it, but I'm not interested.
Yeah, maybe.
Now listen again.
Hi, Laura. Some of us are going for a weekend in Dublin this year. Are you free at the beginning of next month?
Yes, I'd love to come.
Great.
Who else is going?
I asked my cousins, but they're playing in a tennis competition. So there'll be 4 of us from my office, and you.
Where are we staying?
I tried to book a guest house. It was full, but visitors can rent rooms in the university during the holidays. We'll do that. It's cheaper than a hotel.
Excellent. Are you taking your new camera?
Yes, some maps of the city too. But you'll need a coat. It often rains.
Okay.
Have you been before?
Yes, the centre's busy. The shops are always full of people. My friends and I loved all the beautiful buildings. I really enjoyed learning about their history.
Yeah?
So, are you excited about the trip?
Yeah, but it's a pity the music festival won't be on. When I'm in Dublin, I always have lots of fish. It's fantastic. There's a new art exhibition. You might like it, but I'm not interested.
Yeah, maybe.
That is the end of part 3. Now look at part 4. For each question, choose the correct answer. "16.
You will hear a woman talking to her friend about why she's bought a motorbike. Why did she buy it?
So, you've got a motorbike, Sally.
Yeah. What do you think?
Cool.
Thanks. I paid quite a lot for it, but I'll be able to get to college in 10 minutes now. Remember how I was always late last year?
And you were always having to repair your old bicycle, weren't you?
Yeah. It was just too slow, really.
Now listen again.
So, you've got a motorbike, Sally.
Yeah. What do you think?
Cool.
Thanks. I paid quite a lot for it, but I'll be able to get to college in 10 minutes now. Remember how I was always late last year?
And you were always having to repair your old bicycle, weren't you?
Yeah. It was just too slow, really.
"17.
You will hear 2 friends talking about going to university. What subject is the man going to study?
So, do you think you'll enjoy university?
Yes, especially the trips. I loved science at school, but I won't need it much. I thought about studying history, but couldn't find a course I really liked. We're learning about mountains and rivers in the first term, which will be great. And I'm looking forward to finding out about cities and how they've developed over time.
Now listen again.
So, do you think you'll enjoy university?
Yes, especially the trips. I loved science at school, but I won't need it much. I thought about studying history, but couldn't find a course I really liked. We're learning about mountains and rivers in the first term, which will be great. And I'm looking forward to finding out about cities and how they've developed over time.
"18.
You will hear two friends talking about a photograph. What's the photograph of?
What a great photo!
Thanks. They were all moving around so quickly, running and jumping about.
Is that a group of mothers over there?
Yes, and the little ones were all ready to go home. Their lessons were over for the day. It was raining, but they just wanted to run around after being indoors for so many hours.
Now listen again.
What a great photo!
Thanks. They were all moving around so quickly, running and jumping about.
Is that a group of mothers over there?
Yes, and the little ones were all ready to go home. Their lessons were over for the day. It was raining, but they just wanted to run around after being indoors for so many hours.
"19.
You will hear a woman talking to a friend on the phone. Why is she upset?
I feel so upset. I can't see it anywhere. It probably fell out of my bag on the way to the station. I can't buy a ticket now. I'm going back to work to ask if anybody has seen it or can lend me some money. I have an appointment for an eye test this afternoon. I'll be late now.
Now listen again.
I feel so upset. I can't see it anywhere. It probably fell out of my bag on the way to the station. I can't buy a ticket now. I'm going back to work to ask if anybody has seen it or can lend me some money. I have an appointment for an eye test this afternoon. I'll be late now.
"20.
You will hear a woman talking to a friend, David, about something she's bought. What has she bought?
Did you buy something nice, Kate?
Yes, David, I'm delighted. We're having a special meal tomorrow for my sister's birthday. My cousin's cooking, and we'll play some board games afterwards. The whole family will be there, and I want to look nice.
Sure.
I wanted something green, and this is so comfortable. Of course, we'll all argue about the games.
Now listen again.
Did you buy something nice, Kate?
Yes, David, I'm delighted. We're having a special meal tomorrow for my sister's birthday. My cousin's cooking, and we'll play some board games afterwards. The whole family will be there, and I want to look nice.
Sure.
I wanted something green, and this is so comfortable. Of course, we'll all argue about the games.
That is the end of part 4. Now look at part 5. For each question, choose the correct answer. Look at questions 21 to 25 now. You have 15 seconds.
You will hear Simon talking to Maria about a party. What will each person bring to the party?
Are you nearly ready for your birthday party on Saturday, Maria?
I think so, Simon. I've made a cake, and my friends are bringing the other food.
That's a good idea.
Barbara's going to bring some oranges and grapes.
And I'll bring some bread and cheese from the market if you like. Everyone gets hungry at parties, don't they?
Thanks, Simon. But you don't need to bring bread because Anita's bringing that. She wanted to bring ice cream, but I think the weather's too cold.
It is. Perhaps Peter can help. He likes cooking, doesn't he?
Yes, he emailed me and asked me to choose roast chicken or fish. I chose chicken because it's more popular than fish. What do you think?
That sounds great. What's Michael bringing? He's coming, isn't he?
Yes, he loves parties. I telephoned him and he's going to make a big bowl of sliced tomatoes and onions.
Lovely.
Now listen again.
Are you nearly ready for your birthday party on Saturday, Maria?
I think so, Simon. I've made a cake and my friends are bringing the other food.
That's a good idea.
Barbara's going to bring some oranges and grapes.
And I'll bring some bread and cheese from the market if you like. Everyone gets hungry at parties, don't they?
Thanks, Simon. But you don't need to bring bread because Anita's bringing that. She wanted to bring ice cream, but I think the weather's too cold.
It is. Perhaps Peter can help. He likes cooking, doesn't he?
Yes, he emailed me and asked me to choose roast chicken or fish. I chose chicken because it's more popular than fish. What do you think?
That sounds great. What's Michael bringing? He's coming, isn't he?
Yes, he loves parties. I telephoned him and he's going to make a big bowl of sliced tomatoes and onions.
Lovely.
That is the end of part 5. You now have 6 minutes to write your answers on the answer sheet.
Okay, students, you have some extra time to copy your answers onto the answer sheet, okay? this should give you an idea of how much time you have after you complete your listening exercise to copy your answers onto the answer sheet, which you will give to your examiners together with your reading and writing answer sheet. Yes. And we don't really have to wait till the end. I mean, it's 27, I mean, almost like 28 minutes after we started the listening test. And usually the test ends after 30 minutes or 35 minutes, according to whatever the examination center tells you right at the moment when you take the exam. So I think we can actually end the exam here, even if we have like another couple of minutes left. But I think that I can actually stop the audio track right here. I'm going to close it. So students, this was the listening test. So let me know if it was easy or difficult. I know that I used a different test compared to what we did throughout the course, but it shouldn't have been any harder than what we have been doing throughout the course. So you should have been able to do it. Now, if you look into the mock exam folder, you're going to notice a file called listening tape script. Okay, if I open the script, I can actually see the dialogues you just heard. Right? Question number 1, where will Claire meet Alex? Right? Number 2, what time should the man telephone again? Number 3, when are they going to have the party? Number 4, what was the weather like on the picnic? How much are the shorts? And this was the end of part 1, right? Now look at part 2, right? For each question, write the correct answer. So you have the script, right? In case you were wondering what exactly they were saying, you have the script, right? Just to answer maybe some questions you have, this may be very helpful, okay? In case you didn't understand parts of the dialogues, you can look at the script, okay? So you have it right there in your mock exam folder. You also have the listening answer key, okay? This is another file which is very important, so that we can actually look at the keys, look at how many points you got and how many right questions you got, okay? So this is the key. Part 1, let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, part 1 was A, 2 C, 3 C, 4A, 5A, part 2, 6 was August, 7, 19, 8, drive, 9, 65, 10, photograph, part 3, 11B, 12A, 13C, 14B, 15B. Okay, this was part 3. Part 4, 16 was A, 17B, 18C, 19B, 20A. Okay, so these were the correct answers. Then you have part 5, 21F, 22C, 23A, 24D, 25H. So once again, these are the key, right? Listening sample paper answer key. Okay, so you have the answers to the listening exam. Now, why is this important? Because you must count how many correct answers you got. So make sure you check your answers to see if they are correct, because each correct answer is a point. Remember, last lesson we looked at the handbook for teachers. We looked at this file here, handbook for teachers, and we looked at points, right? Reading and writing part, we looked at it. Today we did the listening part, and today we are going to do the speaking part as well. Okay, so just get ready for this part that we'll do after we are done here. So sample paper and assessment, page 27. Let's see. This is what you did. There you go. Listening tasks, right? The 5 tasks, number of questions, so number of marks. You had 25 possible questions, 25 possible points. So make sure you count your points, because you must add, okay, your listening exam points to your reading and writing points in order to get your final mark. Okay, so remember, we have 25 more points that we can add to this scale, okay, to find out your final mark for the A2 key. Okay, you can get 140 points, but minimum is 120 points. But this is the scale. Okay, so make sure you count your correct answers, and keep in mind that each correct question equals 1 point. Yes. So look again at your answer key and check your answers. Okay, so that you can actually get the points, your final mark for the listening exam as well. And actually, you can actually send me a text message letting me know how many correct answers you got, so how many points you got during your reading and writing exam and during your listening exam. Also, next part is the listening exam that we have to do. It is this one right here, speaking, sample test speaking. So I'm just going to open it for you real quick, but we're going to talk about it before we get started. Okay, so tonight the test will be about eating and holidays. Okay, there are 2 tests actually. There's a test 1 and a test 2. I'm going to do both tests. Okay, so I will be doing both tests, and I will probably get the best test you did to get you a mark. So to get you the speaking mark, I will take the best out of these 2 tests. So you're going to do both of them, but I will only use 1 test to get your mark. Remember, if we look at the handbook for teachers, okay, we do have a section for the speaking assessment, for the speaking exam. About the exam, what is the index? Did I pass it? Let me check. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Speaking task. So here we go. 37. Let's go to page 37. Okay. You see the speaking test is not very long. I mean, it only lasts about 8-10 minutes. So you shouldn't be afraid at all about this test. And there are two parts to the test. So you can get a total of 25 points. So 150. So it was 120 points from the reading and writing. You had 25 points from the listening and 25 points from the speaking. So usually this is how you can get your points. It's a total of what 170, right? Points total. So if we go back to the scale here, we see that in reality they give you some tolerance. You know, I mean, you can actually get all the way up to 170 when it gets to points. You know, if you add all the points that you can get. So this is very important, because usually if you take an A2 exam, you may be able to score up to a B1 2 exam. Like if you look at your points, the points you can get, the points can get all the way to a B2. So why am I saying this? Because my suggestion is you can try to take a B1 exam, right? I know it might sound bizarre, but if you take a B1 exam and you still score, let's say 140 or 135, you're going to get an A2 certification. Okay, so there are enough points there that you can get when you take your exams, right, with Cambridge. Okay, so let's go back to what page was it? The listening page, yeah, 37. Okay, so there are two parts to the speaking test. You see, they will not last very long, so we're going to spend about 10 minutes, you know, each candidate for the speaking part. And there are two parts to the speaking exam. The first one is when the interlocutor or the examiner asks questions directly to the candidate, okay? And then there is another part, the part two, when candidates talk to each other. They ask each other questions. And finally, the examiner asks questions to the candidate. Okay, this is how the speaking exam works, okay? The teacher asks questions to the student, then students talk to each other about the topic, as we are going to see, and then the teacher asks questions again, okay? So these are how many points you can get, okay? And then, again, you have this class material. So if you want if you want to use it as a reference in the future, I strongly recommend you take a look at it. Okay, so for the speaking sample test, as I said, we're going to talk about eating and holidays. Now, remember that we did a speaking test before. We talked about the speaking exam before, and I asked you to send me all your recordings of your answers and your questions on WhatsApp, remember? And so I'm going to do the same tonight. So tonight you will have to do the same. You will have to send me all your recordings, all your messages. So get your telephone ready. make sure you can record all your messages on our WhatsApp group, because you are going to answer my questions directly on WhatsApp, or you're going to ask me questions right on WhatsApp. Okay. For example, in the part 2, right, when students talk to each other, part 2, right, this part here, students must ask questions to each other, and you have to record your questions on WhatsApp for me as well. So you're going to ask me questions about certain topics that I'm going to show you. So I think that we can actually get started. I mean, this is not a very formal, I mean, in this scenario. So let's do the test number 1, eating first, okay? And we're going to do part 1 first. Okay, for part 1 is when I actually greet my students. So I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time we are meeting. Then I'm going to ask you, can I give your mark sheets, please? Remember, the mark sheets is the paper where you wrote your answers for the reading and writing and the listening part. So can I have your answer sheets, please? Okay. So at this point, you hand over the mark sheets to your assessor. So you hand over, you give me, right? Hand over. You give me your answer sheets with your answers, and you say, and I introduce myself, and I say I am Professor Pilla, and in case I have an assistant, you know, and this is my assistant, kind of like Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So I am Professor Pilla, okay, and then I ask, what's your name? I expect you to answer back, right, on a WhatsApp message. Once again, what's your name? Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions. And we're going to do this without actually reading for you. I mean, you're not going to read this because I prefer that actually you look just at this page right here, okay? Just so you know that we are doing this part, but I prefer that you actually don't see the questions. I want you to focus on your answers without reading, okay? So just answer the questions I ask, okay? So obviously you already told me your name. So my next question is, do you work or are you a student? I'll repeat the question. Do you work or are you a student? Next question. Where do you come from? Or where do you live? Thank you. I have another question for you. Now let's talk about friends. Okay, so I am going to ask you some questions about friends. How often do you see your friends? Again, how often do you see your friends? For example, do you see your friends every day? How often do you see your friends? Please answer the question recording an audio message on our WhatsApp group. Let me ask you another question. What do you like doing with your friends? Again, what do you like doing with your friends? For example, do you like going to the cinema with your friends? What do you like doing with your friends? What do you like doing with your friends? Okay, now let me ask you another question. Where do your friends live? Where do your friends live? For example, do your friends live near you? Do your friends live near you? Where do your friends live? Okay. Now, let me ask you another question. When do you see your friends? When do you see your friends? When do you see your friends? For example, do you see your friends at weekends? Do you see your friends at weekends? When do you see your friends? Okay. Do you like your friend? Do you like your friends? Right? Where did you meet your friends? Okay, these are all questions that you should expect during a speaking exam. So make sure you send me the answers, recording an audio message on WhatsApp, okay? Now, let's talk about home, okay? So we talked about friends, now let's talk about home. And my question for you is, who do you live with? Who do you live with? Who do you live with? For example, do you live with your family? Do you live alone? Right? Do you live with your wife or do you live with your husband? Who do you live with? Okay, answer this question. Now I have another question for you. I want to know if you live in a house or an apartment. And in particular, how many bedrooms are there in your house? Or how many bedrooms are there in your flat or apartment? It's the same, okay? How many bedrooms are there in your house? Okay? How many bedrooms are there in your house? Good. I have another question for you. Where do you watch TV at home? Again, where do you watch TV at home? Where? For example, Do you watch TV in the kitchen? Or do you watch TV in the living room? Where do you watch TV at home? Where do you watch TV at home? Please answer the question recording in audio message. Okay, I have another question for you. What's your favorite room in the house? What's your favorite room in the house? For example, is your bedroom your favorite room? Is your kitchen your favorite room? Or is your living room your favorite room? What's your favorite room in the house? Okay, please answer this question. And be ready for other questions. For example, I may ask, please tell me something about the things you like doing at home at the weekends. Okay? For example, do you like cooking at the weekends? Do you like cooking at the weekends? Or what did you do at home last weekend? What did you do at home last weekend? Again, the first question. Do you like cooking at the weekends? What did you do at home last weekend? Okay. So these are questions you should answer, pardon. Well, you should also be able to ask questions because in the part 2, in the second part of the listening exam, you are going to talk to another student, right? You're going to talk together. In this case, you're going to ask me questions. So in the first part, you answer the questions. Now, in this part, you are going to ask me questions. I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay. Actually, I'm going to show you this part too. Where is that? There you go, part 2. Right? You're going to talk together. Okay. You're going to see some pictures. Here are some pictures that show different places to eat. Okay. And I'm going to ask some questions about these places. Okay. So take a look at this picture right here. These are different places to eat. So take a few minutes to look at these pictures. Okay, do you see these different pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different places to eat. Now, my question is, do you like these different places to eat? I'll say that again. Okay, I will repeat the question again. Do you like these different places to eat? Okay, why? Why not? So why do you like them? Why don't you like them? Okay, this was my question for you, students. Do you like these different places to eat? Okay. You tell me yes, no, and why or why not. Okay. Now look at these pictures more carefully, and you have to ask me questions about these pictures. Okay. I'm going to give you some examples. Okay. But you have to ask me questions. So we have to pretend that we are asking each other questions and we are answering each other questions. So I will play the student for a little while. So for example, I can ask you questions like, do you think eating on the beach is fun? For example, my answer is yes, I think eating on the beach is fun. I like the outdoors. I like being able to see the ocean, or I like sitting on the sand. Do you think eating in restaurants is expensive? Yes. Do you think eating in restaurants is expensive? And maybe you can ask me why. Right? Why not? What do you think? Why? Well, I think that some restaurants can be expensive, but some restaurants may be affordable. So not all restaurants are expensive. There are some good restaurants, good where you can eat good food and pay the right price for it. Another question may be, do you think eating at home is boring? Right? What do you think? Do you think eating at home is boring? Ask me questions. Like you can ask me questions about eating at home. Like, can you think of a question to ask me? Looking at this picture about eating at home, do you want to ask me, for example, how often do I eat at home? I eat at home every day, for example. Or ask me the question, Al, or teacher Al, Professor Pilla, however you want to call me. Al, hey Al, do you think eating in the park is nice? Oh yeah, I love eating in the park. I love barbecuing. I love spending time with friends, right? These are some questions that you can ask me about these 5 pictures, okay? Or you can ask your other friend that will be taking the exam with you, okay? Now I'm going to ask you some questions concerning these pictures. In particular, my question is, do you prefer eating with friends or family? So answer this question. Do you prefer eating with family or friends? What's your opinion? Do you prefer eating with friends or family? Why? Why do you prefer eating with friends? Or why do you prefer eating with family? Okay. This is the end of the exam. So after you have asked questions to each other, right, about these pictures, right, the examiner is going to ask you another question that's related to the pictures, and that will be the end of the exam. So the exam is not very difficult, as I said earlier, okay? Not difficult at all, in my opinion, okay? But we have another test that we can practice, actually. Let me see if I can find it. It's this test too, okay? So I'm going to talk about this other test test number 2. As usual, the test will start always in the same way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Can I have your mark sheets, please? Right? You give me your mark sheets. I am Professor Pilla. And what's your name? Right? So what's your name? I ask your name. And usually you're going to have always these questions like, do you work or are you a student? You know, where do you live? Where do you come from? So these are just identical to the questions you answered before. But now I want to talk about music. Okay, so let's talk about music. And I'm going to ask you a question about music. So I want you to answer these questions, recording an audio message on WhatsApp. My question is, how often do you listen to music? I'll repeat the question. How often do you listen to music? Please answer on the WhatsApp group. How often do you listen to music? Okay. We have, sorry guys. I apologize. I have been talking a little bit too much myself. So the question is, how often do you listen to music? Do you listen to music every day? Do you listen to music every day? It's another question for you. Do you listen to music every day? I have another question for you. What music do you like best? What music do you like best? For example, do you like rock music? Right? Do you like techno music? Lounge music? What music do you like best? Okay. What music do you like best? I have another question for you. What is your favorite instrument? What is your favorite instrument? For example, do you like the piano or do you like the guitar? Right? What is your favorite instrument? Yep. Please answer this question. What is your favorite instrument? Next question. Where do you like listening to music? Where do you like listening to music? Where do you like listening to music? Okay. For example, do you like going to concerts? Or do you like listening to music at home or in the car, for example, while driving to work? Where do you like listening to music? Or I like listening, for example, do you like listening to the radio? I like listening to the radio, right? Okay. For example, another question may be, please tell me something about your favorite song. Do you have a favorite song? What's your favorite song? So please tell me something about your favorite song. Why do you like this song? So is there a favorite song? Why do you like this song? Huh? So please answer this question. Tell me something about your favorite song. Okay? Now we're going to talk about shopping. So I'm going to ask you some other questions about shopping. For example, where do you like to go shopping? Where do you like to go shopping? For example, do you like going to malls? Or mall is American English for a shopping center, you know? Where do you like to go shopping? Do you like to go shopping downtown, for example? Or do you have a favorite store you go to? Or do you have any special online store you purchase things from, right? Where do you like to go shopping? Okay. Do you like shopping? Do you like to go to shopping centers? You know, malls in American English. Do you like to go shopping to malls? What do you like to buy? You know, when you have extra money, if you have extra money, what do you like to buy? Usually, you know, like, do you collect things, or do you usually buy books, for example? What do you like to buy with your extra money? What do you like to buy with your extra money? Okay, answer this question, please. I have another question for you. Who do you like to go shopping with? Who do you like to go shopping with? Usually, like, for example, when I go shopping, usually I go with friends. You know, we work, and sometimes maybe on Saturday, on Saturdays we meet at the shopping center, and you know, we walk for a while and we buy things if we have to, if we need. So who do you like to go shopping with? This is my question for you. Who do you like to go shopping with? Do you like to go shopping with your friends, for example? Or do you like to go shopping with your wife, if you have a wife? Or do you like to go shopping with your husband, if you're married, right? Or do you like to go shopping with your children, if you're a mom, for example, or a dad, right? Who do you like to go shopping with? Right? Now I have another question for you. What can you buy near your house? What can you buy near your house? Are there any shops near your house? Are there any shops near your house? What can you buy near your house? So answer this question by recording an audio message on WhatsApp. Okay? What can you buy near your house? Can you buy food near your house? Is there a grocery store near your house, for example? Or is there a chemistry or a pharmacy, right? In general, another question. Do you like giving presents? Like, do you buy presents for your friends, for your family, for your children, for your spouse? Do you like giving presents? And have you bought a present recently? Do you like giving presents? Have you bought a present recently? Okay. Now we are going to look at part 2 of test 2 holidays. So let's go to this different picture, which you should be able to see, right? And I'm going to ask you a question about these different places. Okay. Do you like these different holidays? So tell me your answer. Do you like these different holidays? For example, camping. The first one is camping, skiing, visiting, going to the mountains or going to the beach. Do you like these different holidays? So you have to tell me why or why not. Okay. So tell me what you think about these different holidays. For example, I like camping. Why? I don't like camping because. I like skiing. Why? I don't like skiing because. I like visiting monuments. Why? I don't like visiting monuments because. Right? I like trekking, or I like walking, or yeah, I like walking on the mountains. Why? Well, I don't like walking on the mountains because the last one is the going to the beach, right? I like going to the beach because. So I don't like going to the beach. Sorry, I like going to the beach. Why? I don't like going to the beach because, right? So you have to tell me, do you like these different holidays? Why? Why not? So make sure you record an audio message with your answer, okay? So look at these pictures and answer this question. Do you like these different holidays? Why? Why not? Now, I want you to ask me as many questions as possible about these different holidays. Okay, I do not want to give you any suggestions this time. So think about some questions you can ask me. Okay, and I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. Okay, right here I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes right here to ask me as many questions as you can, right, about these pictures. Okay, and don't forget to send me your questions, your audios on WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, okay, to ask me as many questions as you want about these different places to go on holiday. Come on, can you think of any questions to ask me? What questions do you want to ask? Have you thought about any question? For example, do you think beach holidays are fun? Or do you like beach holidays, right? Have you ever been on a city holiday? What's your favorite city? Another question maybe, do you think working holidays are difficult? Do you like holidays in the mountain? Just ask me questions. I mean, think about as many questions as you can. Yeah, you have 2 more minutes to think about some questions you can ask me about those pictures there. 5 different holidays, and you must ask questions about those holidays you see there. We have another minute left or so. Please keep asking questions. Don't forget to record your audio messages with your questions on WhatsApp, okay? I have a couple of more questions ready for you, okay? So I have a couple of more questions ready for you. And I'm going to ask them in about 25 seconds. So if you haven't done it yet, please send me your questions with an audio message, okay? All right, I think that you can do it. It's not very difficult. Just think about some questions you can ask by looking at these pictures. Okay, I think our time is over. So 5 minutes have gone by. Now I think I'm going to ask you a question about these pictures, okay? My question is, do you prefer to go on holidays with your friends or with your family? Once again, do you prefer to go on holidays with your friends or your family? And why? Do you prefer going on holiday with your family? You know, children, your husband, wife, or with friends? Do you prefer going on holiday with friends? Or maybe, do you prefer going on holiday with your mom and your dad if you're not married yet, you know? Who do you prefer to go with on holidays? Right? Once again, do you prefer to go on holidays with your friends or with your family? Why? Why not? Answer this question. Answer this question. Do you prefer to go on holidays with your friends or with family? Why? Why not? And then I have one more question for you. So, which of these holidays do you like the best? Which of these holidays do you like the best? Which is your favorite holiday? Why or why not? Okay, answer this question. Which of these holidays do you like the best? One more time. Which of these holidays do you like the best? Can you think about it? Which of these holidays do you like the best? Why? Why not? Okay. And I think this was my last question. And that is the end of the test. So I think that we can finish the speaking test as well here. So remember, you can get 25 points from the speaking test. So if we go back and look at the handbook for teachers, okay, and we look again at this chart right here, yes, the English qualifications, the Common European Framework of Reference, CEFR, the Common European Framework of Reference. So these levels are valid throughout Europe, okay? So you could get 120 points, if I am correct, from your reading and writing exam, right here, right? Now going to page 7. All right. Okay, here. Sorry, guys. So writing 60. Oh, sorry, I think I was wrong. The most you could get was 60 points. So there were not 100. I don't know why I was thinking 120 points, guys. I think it's something. I think I misunderstood something here. I told you something wrong. So the most points you could get from the reading and writing was 60 points. I think that I made a little math mistake here. So 60 and 50 is 110, but still it's not there. There's something wrong. Well, oh yeah, minimum. Well, no, these things don't add up very well. Let me see. 60 minutes, number of listening, speaking, number of parts. Am I missing something here? Writing, total number of marks, 60. Let's see again. There's listening. Part 1, 25. Yeah, maybe this is just not updated. That's why. Huh, interesting. Well, the most you get was so we have to actually we can't really look at this scale here. The most points we could get there was 110. So yeah, this is not actually good for us because we could only get 110. And so it was a little bit higher. We did an A2 exam. But just, make sure that you count the points you got. And if you did a good, if you asked me all the questions I asked you, and if you answered all the questions that I asked, you should be able to get your 25 points there without any problems. So you could easily add 25 points to your reading and writing exam. And the points you got at your listening exam. Now, keep in mind that we are ending the course right here. So this was the end of the A1, A2 course. And at this point, really, there are two options that you can actually take. So according to your scores, right, depending on how good, how well you did with your exam, you may go straight to a B1 course, and I hope to see all of you at the B1 course, the next course. Or if necessary, you may have to take the A1, A2 course again. Okay, usually if you weren't able to study a lot or to follow all the lessons, it's possible that you may have to take the course again. So you will have to take the course one more time, so to review everything one more time, and eventually try to attend a B1 course. Or if you attended the A2 course, right, you always came to class, you always did your exercises, you always did all your homework, and you did great at the exam, you're ready for your B1 class right away. So you can start a B1 class right away. Okay, so there are only two possible options at this point. Either you take the A2, A1 again, or you go to the B2, the B1 course, which is the next course available. And I think that actually we covered pretty much everything there was to cover here. We looked at tests, we did the reading, writing part. I think that you are familiar with the course material at this point, right? We looked at all the course material several times. If you want to practice more, remember you have a grammar book that I gave you also, which is this one, Essential Grammar. It's a Cambridge book, so you can use it if you want. Also, remember that you can always look at a more lesson plan material. If you go on the online folder, you see, if you go to the lesson plan, as always, as we did so far, we covered this class material here, right? But I also gave you another folder called online. If you click on the online folder, this one, okay, you're going to see some extra material you can use. It's still the same course. For example, reading part 1, okay, that you have a little bit more material that you can read and you can practice, okay, right? there are more words to look at. Don't forget that you can use the vocabulary list, which is this one, right? I don't think that we actually finished this. I think that we got to what letter S, I believe. I don't remember at the moment exactly. Shout, right? Should, shy, sick. Remember all these words, right? Shout, shower, shy, sick. People, simple, similar, silver, argento, single, sink, lavandino, to see, verb, seem, verb. I think that we did this, some of these words, stamp, right? Somewhere, yeah, I think we did theater, we did theater, theirs, pronoun, determinative, American English, theater. Yeah, I think that we looked at this part as well. Swimsuit, right? I think that we looked at the S as well. Tie, cravatta, right? Tiger, time, timetable, tired, title. You know, this is something that you can actually keep doing. You can do on your own. Yeah, I think we got here tune, music, right? Wake, umbrella, washing machine, washing up, wash up, watch, water, way, rider, wrong, west, right? Where, when, wheel, white, yet, yesterday, young, yours, right? Yourself. So zoo, right? Zero, win, winner, winter, without, woman, wonderful. So this is something that you should always look at, you know, to learn new words. I mean, just for fun. Remember, I also gave you this picture book that you can also use to practice.
Picture Dictionary. English.
Right? Remember, you know, if you
17. Jobs and professions.
Jobs and professions.
Street cleaner.
Street cleaner.
Optician.
Optician.
Journalist. Baker. Policeman. Model. Firefighter. Actor. Mechanic. Plumber. Baker. Doctor. Director. Dentist. Nurse.
Okay.
Engineer.
Okay.
Hairdresser. Tourist guide. Office worker.
Office worker. Okay. So you have this little picture book that you can use. Students, really, I think that pretty much we covered everything we were supposed to for the A1, A2 Cambridge key exam. What else can I say? It was a pleasure being your teacher throughout the course. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, feel free to ask me any questions anytime you want. You have my WhatsApp. You still have the group WhatsApp lined up. So ask any questions you have. And I truly hope to see you in the B1 course as well. See you then, guys. I think it's about time to say goodbye. Bye.